Hello folks, how are we doing? Microphone was pointing in completely the wrong direction, but I think we are pointing the right way now. Hello and welcome along. It is stream o'clock. As you can see, it is just me tonight. Anna, oh, there you go. You can hear I'm going as well. Anna, after having to end the stream early on Friday, is now proper poorly. She's basically lost her voice and is currently being quarantined downstairs. I've seen her for about 10 minutes today because I am desperate to not get sick myself. Although, as you just heard, I might be turning as well, which would not be ideal because I kind of need to stay fully fit, ready for the Football Manager launch, which is hopefully going to be at some point in the next week or so. But fingers crossed, it won't get me. But yeah, we are going to do a stream regardless. It does mean that we're not going to be doing the advertised set, which was the Wicked bookends, and I'll start them on Friday. If, and it is a big if Football Manager's not out by then, because when Football Manager does drop, there'll be a couple of days where I'm fully focused on that. So if we're still Football Manager free by Friday, we'll be back with another stream, assuming I'm also not sick, where Anna can get started on the Wicked bookends. But this arrived at the weekend, so we're going to do this. This is one of the sets that was on the Lego retiring set sale. I forget, it was like a 25% discount, I think, on this. It's a set I've wanted for a little while. The Blacktron Renegade came out in January, retires at the end of this year, so a very short shelf life. And we're going to give this one a little bit of a build, so I'm going to crack on with that. You can all let me know down in the comments what you're going to be building along with me. As you can see, I am joined by Jeffrey, so I don't have to sit here all alone. Oh, there you go. Anna is in the comments telling me she's sick, or telling you she's sick, I guess. I know she's sick. But yeah, we're going to be doing my lovely spaceship, my big fat spaceship. I've got multiple instruction books here. What's this all about? Oh, okay, so we've got the main ship, and then we've got little ships. Did anyone watch Big Cook, Little Cook? Has anyone got kids the same age as mine, and therefore remembers Big Cook, Little Cook? I assume that's the ship situation. If anyone watched Big Cook, Little Cook when they were a kid, that's not acceptable. You're too young to be here. Go to bed. You've got school tomorrow. But if you have kids the same age as my kids and remember it as an adult, you're welcome to stay. 8 bags. Paper bags as well. So we'll crack on with that in a second. First, I have to get my points, obviously. While I'm getting my points, Jeffrey, you chat to the boys and girls. You're playing the role of Kev tonight. I'm playing the role of Anna. Oh, I missed. I somehow managed to balls up getting my points. Let's try that again. Into the Lego Builder app. I remember Big Cook, Little Cook as an adult. Yeah, yeah. Didn't they recast it? I think they then redid it with Lady Big Cook, Little Cooks. What's 7 times 6, Jeffrey? I don't know. What is 7 times 6? Let's say it's 35. It can't be 35. I'm saying it's 35. It's not 35. We want an easier sum. 3 times 2. I can do that one. I can do that one. Right. Oh, I've got to log in. What's this all about? Log in. What's my password for Lego? Why am I having to do this? Did you sing I'm so... I don't know what Flyleaf is. I'm the same age as Lucy. That's unacceptable. You shouldn't be here. I've got school in the morning. That would make you, what, 23? Is that how old Lucy is now? You've got school in the morning. Right. I've skipped my market research nearly. Right, there we go. We are good. Okay, so we have book 1. Or the books aren't actually numbered, but I assume the one with the QR code on is book 1. Back to Lego Blacktron. So it's got all kinds of information about what Blacktron is, which is jolly nice. And there's multiple different arrangements we can do the ship in, apparently. Oh. There's loads of different arrangements we can do the ship in. All on the back there. You can only do one at a time. But there's loads of different arrangements. I'm aiming for that arrangement. I'm going to refer to that as the canon arrangement. That's the one that we're going to be aiming for. So that is the one that the instruction books will do. But apparently the Lego Builder app has the other ones on. That's quite clever. I like that. Anna used to work it with Andy. See, that's acceptable. I'm 22 next Monday. I remember it as a kid. You lot are all too young. Why is there no adults here? When did I become a children's entertainer? What's going on? Is Giraffe going to play the role of Anna? No, I'm playing the role of Anna because I'm sat in Anna's chair. Jeffrey is playing the role of me and we'll just randomly start singing songs throughout the stream. I assume is what's going to be happening. Right. Everyone's finding out Anna's government name of her being in the chat as well. We need to get you an in-character YouTube account that you can log in with in these situations. People now know your police record name. A close inspection of the Blacktron flight suit reveals upgraded equipment on the back of the torso, first observed during the encounter with 40580 Blacktron Cruiser. We've got to do a minifigure first. I know nothing about Blacktron, by the way. I never had any Blacktron sets. I feel like Blacktron happened after I was older, so I don't think I was a kid when Blacktron was a thing. And it had gone again by the time I looped back round to Lego and started showing an interest again. So the idea of Blacktron entirely passed me by, but I do think it's a cool spaceship. It's also an old style Lego minifigure face with just the eyes and the beautiful smile. Where's my visor for his little helmet? I need a visor and then I'll look at the chat. I will not look at the chat until I found this visor. Found the visor. I'm 56 and a granny. You're allowed to be here then. That's good. I'm an adult at 41 years old. Yeah, see, we've got some adults. This is good. I've had my autism assessment, not getting the results to the end of the week. Well, I hope they turn out the way you want them to turn out. One way or the other. Yeah, Anna's in quarantine. Yeah, Anna can't get me ill. If Anna gets me ill, we'll be financially ruined. For those of you not aware of how we actually pay our bills around here, I play computer games on the internet, and the computer game that I play hasn't released in 2 years, so we're very, very poor. But it's due out any day now. It could conceivably drop during this stream, and I'll have to run off and play it. But it could be any day now. So if Anna gets me sick now and I miss that launch, yeah, we'll never financially recover. So Anna is officially on quarantine. I've changed the locks on our bedroom door. She's going to have to sleep in a tent tonight. I'm going to go and check into a travel lodge. How old do you have to be considered an adult? My age, 27. Right, where is the thing that I need? Pretty much every piece is black. Trying to pick out individual pieces when all the pieces are the same colour is rubbish. Why did I pick a set that was all either black or yellow pieces? I'm going to spend the entire stream just trying to find pieces because they're all merging into each other. This was a terrible idea. I'm on a dilemma. Do I get the Goonies in November or wait and get the Snow White Cottage? I mean, if you want the Snow White Cottage, I think that retires at the end of the year. So that should be your decider. You can get the Goonies next year. It's not going anywhere. At least not immediately. Whereas the Snow White Cottage, I think, is. So you should always prioritise the one that retires first. Is my thoughts on it. Thoughts on the posh FA Cup draw? I mean, who cares about the FA Cup? We've already lost to Cardiff this season, but who cares about the FA Cup? It doesn't matter. So not really bothered one way or the other. It's just a thing that's happened. Finished the gingerbread camel earlier. Was a nice pleasant build. It is a nice pleasant build. Is it still behind me? It is. It is still behind me. It's over there. It will go to the Lego City just as soon as we start on the Winter Village. So I'm going to have it marauding around the Winter Village. I'm making a little chap. A little alien chap first, I think. I remember the similar looking space sets in blue and orange colour scheme, but don't recall Blacktron. Fair enough. Do you need me to help you find the bits you need while I breathe? No, you keep your breathing away from me. If you want to go on holiday next year, stay away. In fact, even if you want us to pay the rent in February, stay away from me. We can't survive much longer. This robot appears to be a corrupted Blacktron version of the standard support robot, issued with 6952 solar power transporter. There you go, that's who this guy is. Why are Peterborough so bad this year? We're not particularly bad this year. We've just had a really, really difficult start to the season. If you have a look at, we've basically played everybody good already. I predicted when the fixture list came out, we'd be bottom by September. The fact we're still bottom now is not ideal, but I expect us to recover from here. We're playing better now. The recovery is underway. All right. Harry Potter Book Nook on Amazon, $69.99 lightning deal. Nice. It's a good set. I made it earlier in the year. It's in my office. I like it very much. Oh, I'm sniffling myself. This is not good. Thinking about getting the Jazz Club on double points, but is it better to wait for Black Friday? I mean, it's riskier to wait for Black Friday. There's no, that's the thing. There is no way of answering that question because we don't know if it's going to go on offer or not. What I would say is, if it's a set you really want, get it on a good deal and don't worry about getting it on the best deal. So I would get it now. Like, I'm going to be getting the Orient Express this week. I want 2 sets. So I'm willing to wait for the one that I think is more likely to be discounted. I think the Ninjago City Markets is more likely to be discounted than the Orient Express. So I'll buy Orient Express now and I will get Ninjago City Markets Black Friday, whether it's discounted or not. I'm not going to be devastated if it doesn't get, and equally, I won't be upset if Orient Express goes on sale on Black Friday, because once I've got it, I've got it. I'm not trying to get stuff at the best possible price. I'm just trying to get stuff at a good deal when I can. So, cautious sniffling. You're Anna, and she always sniffles in that room. Maybe that's what it is. I haven't even got the fan on, so I've not got that blowing in my face, so we can't blame the fan. Something's coming together. Some things are happening. I'm gutted. I've been holding out for Gizmo on double points, but it's sold out everywhere. I mean, it will still be available to order on back order, and you'll still get your double points. So you can still order it. You just won't get it for a while, but when you get it, you'll get double points. So if it's a set you really want, then you can order it during double points. Do you think the Gotham City Skyline is likely to get a Black Friday deal? I mean, I'm not actively trying to discourage this kind of conversation, but I will give you a blanket, we've got no way of knowing, to all questions of that kind. We just don't know what's going to go on sale or not. My general recommendation would be, if there's a set that retires at the end of the year that you want, tomorrow is a really good opportunity to buy it on a deal. So I would recommend buying it on that deal tomorrow, knowing that there's a chance it will get cheaper later in the year, but there's also a chance that it will sell out before Black Friday. So it depends how much of a risk taker you are. If you want to be certain of getting it before it retires, then tomorrow is a good deal and might end up being the best deal. So rather than trying to guess what's likely to go on sale on Black Friday and what's not, because we've got no way of knowing. Nobody would have guessed what has been on sale this last week. Yeah, so rather than trying to guess, just if it's a set that you want, get it. If it's a set you want at a price you're happy to pay, get it bought and enjoy it, and don't worry about having to the price afterwards. I bought the Lion Knight's Castle earlier in the year, just before it went on sale. and I don't regret buying it because it's one of my favourite sets of the year. I bought Diagon Alley about 6 weeks before it went on a massive discount for the Back to Hogwarts deal. Don't regret buying it. Really happy with it. Really enjoyed the set. So just don't worry too much about getting the absolute best price for everything. It says online minimum spends £100. You must be in the UK as well. What are we talking about? I'm not sure what we're talking about there. On the topic of minimum spends of £100 though, if you're looking for the Disney gift with purchase that's coming at the end of the month, it's already available on the Disney Store website. I put a TikTok out about it earlier, but made the mistake of doing it as a scheduled release, and scheduled TikToks for some reason do not work. They just get absolutely ruined in the algorithm. So none of you will have seen it. I think it's had less than 500 views. But I did try. If you follow us on Instagram, you might have seen it there. But yeah, the Disney Store already has that gift with purchase now. So if you were planning on waiting for the gift with purchase, you might not have to. You might be able to get it sorted now, leaving yourself fully armed and ready for double points. So that's an option. Right. What's the cheapest place to get white 32 by 32 base plates in the UK? I don't think Lego makes such a thing, do they? So I guess we're asking about third-party base plates. In which case, probably Amazon. Do Lego make white ones? I'm not sure they do. What's happening tomorrow? Double points. Double points and a new gift with purchase. Exciting, exciting times. Oh, we've got all printed pieces in this. There was no sticker sheet and we've got lots of little printed pieces. That's cool. We like little printed pieces. Printed pieces are jolly excellent. Lego do white plate. Okay, if Lego do white plate base plates, then I guess Lego are the cheapest place to get them. If not, if you want third-party ones, Amazon probably. Our Winter Village is full of third-party ones because I wasn't going to buy a load of official ones because 'tis expensive, and I would rather spend the money on sets. I've certainly never. I don't think I've ever seen white ones in the Lego store, so it might be something you have to get online. I thought I saw white and blue plates on the site. I want sand for my space sets. Unfortunately, those are retired. Yeah, so that's something you can get third party. Is the gift with purchase the Disney animation set? Not on Lego, no. It's the Northern Lights one. The Disney one with Lego isn't going to be until the 28th of October, but it is available now on the Disney store for until the 20th. So if you want the Disney one now, you can get it from Disney rather than from Lego. But you have to wait a few weeks if you want it from Lego. The Disney website does sell Lego. So you can buy some Disney Lego on the Disney website and get a Lego gift with purchase. You can also buy a bunch of random Disney stuff that's nothing to do with Lego and still get the Lego gift with purchase. It's on £100 spend on anything on the Disney website. I was looking at hoodies on there earlier, thinking I might buy a couple of hoodies. They had a nice Donald Duck hoodie. Might get myself a Donald Duck hoodie and a couple of other bits and get the gift with purchase early, because then I can buy the Winter Village train tomorrow on double points, which at the moment is the set that I'm saving for the end of the month to get the Disney gift with purchase, because it's just the right amount to qualify me for the gift with purchase. But if I can get the gift with purchase sorted with stuff I would have bought anyway, that's not necessarily Lego, like a hoodie, a Christmas jumper, maybe a Christmas present for Anna, who knows. I can then get that gift with purchase as well, and then I'm free to Lego the way I wish to Lego. Oh, clunk. Right, where are the pieces that I need? They're hiding again. Are you not still on a Disney hoodie buying ban? I was never on a hoodie buying ban. It was a jacket buying ban. They're two very different items. Third-party base plates, that's heresy. Our Lego City has over 200 base plates in it. So, I mean, what's that? It's like, I can't even do the maths. It's nearly like £1.5 grand, £2 grand if you buy Lego base plates. As much as I would love to be in a position to just go and spend £1.5 grand on base plates before I've even bought any Lego for the city, I think that would be quite disappointing to everyone who's backed us on Patreon if we just spent all the Patreon money. Right, the first 3 months, we're just buying base plates. So, yeah, we use third-party ones and they're absolutely fine. Right, so that goes there. Jolly good. I got the Panda 3-in-1 set and decided to build the whale one. Which one did I build? I built the Panda one from that. I really like the Panda. More often than not, I do build the main one from the Creator 3-in-1. There's a few exceptions, but I usually the alternate builds use far fewer pieces. So if I'm planning on just building one and displaying it, which I usually am, I try to build the one that's got the most pieces in. Like I say, with occasional exceptions. Is Mario retiring soon? Which Mario? There probably are Marios retiring. I don't know the list off the top of my head. My brain's not fully functioning, so I haven't got the full retirement list committed to memory currently. First year would just be wood, base plates, road and track. I know. I mean, it wasn't far off that as it was, but at least I got all the third-party base plates. And yeah, Lego don't even do all of the colours. So it's not, sometimes I, like the YTJ is saying, I don't think you can get white base plates from Lego officially. I don't think they exist currently. So for my winter village, I wanted white ones. Jeffrey, you're being asked a question. Do you know the answer to the question? No? You're not saying a lot, Jeffrey. It's got to be said, you're not as good at co-hosting this as Anna is. You really aren't saying a lot. Every now and again, I'd like you to just read the chat to me so I can focus on building for a minute. But you seem to be pretty focused on just sitting there grinning, which I guess you are playing the role of Kev to a T. Lion Knight's Castle or Disney Castle for double points tomorrow. I mean, we've built both. They're both very good. I think the Lion Knight's Castle is probably the best set I've ever built, whereas the Disney Castle is just a really good set. But Anna, who is super duper into Disney, would probably argue that the Disney Castle was better. So I guess it depends on, are you looking for the best pure Lego building experience or the best like pop culture cool thing that people are more likely to comment on it on display in your house if it's the Disney Castle thing. It's bigger and more impressive to people who don't know Lego. I think Lego people would probably notice the Lion Knight's Castle more, but to non-Lego people it's just a grey castle, whereas the Disney Castle is obviously the Disney Castle. So it really depends on how into Lego you are and how into Disney you are. I would say they're both likely to end up pretty expensive pretty quickly, third party as well. Blacktron engineers have reversed the optics of the standard space exploration camera and converted it into a laser blaster. Aren't they clever little rascals? Clever little rascals indeed. Right. What? There's all manner of contraptions here. that goes there. And then that goes there. So we have our little laser blasters to go on top. Are you going to Milton Keynes Brickfest on Sunday? I thought it was Saturday. It might be Sunday. I will double check. I will be going whichever one of the options it is, unless Football Manager is out by then, in which case I probably won't be. Is that set using the new neon yellow? I don't know. As a colourblind man, yellow's yellow. I've always wanted a replica of Cap's shield. Might be the time. It might be the time. In fact, I think I thought that would already retired. So if you find it, it's definitely probably is the time. Pre-order on BrickLink with the designer program through PayPal, but they said they're going to have the money now with PayPal later. I thought you don't pay for it. Yeah, you don't pay for it until it ships. I did my pre-orders through PayPal. And I guess to clarify, I'm talking about paying with PayPal, not just typing your card details in on PayPal and using PayPal to pay with your card. If you pay with your PayPal account, then they don't take the money now. That's what I mean by paying with PayPal. I think there was potentially a little bit of confusion over the way I phrased it. That's cool, by the way. Little. But yeah, I can confirm they don't take the money until dispatch. All right, let's pop the little driver in. I forgot we had a minifigure as well. So the minifigure is driving, and then we've got this little rascal on the back to fire the gun. That is very cool. I like that. Right, bag 2, boys and girls. Bag 2. Woohoo! It's the new trans yellow, the same stuff used in the Galaxy Explorer last year. Well, there you go. Do you find it strange? Did you find it strange to find a light brick in a gift of purchase with your ghost? No, there was one in the Halloween gift of purchase last year. The pumpkin had a light brick in as well. Is the Home Alone house worth buying? Yes, it was a lot of fun to build. Even as someone who's not seen the film, I enjoyed it very much. It's a great set. Has the Empire ended, or is it being reinstated? I talked about it in the video the other day. I've talked about it in a couple of videos now. If you watch all my videos all the way through to the end, then you'd know. Red 32 by 32, which set? We're not doing quizzes. I want to say Palace Cinema, but we're not doing quizzes because I'll get them wrong. I feel like Palace Cinema had a weird base plate though, if I recall. Wasn't that also the set with the weird coloured Wang Jangler as well? Right. We've got a couple more of these minifigures. I had an email earlier regarding saying they'll take money shortly and make sure that I have relevant funds available. Yeah, that would be for the previous series. I had that same email. That wasn't about the ones that we ordered the other day, or mine wasn't anyway. It was about the ones I ordered back in June that are being dispatched shortly. So I'm guessing yours is the same situation. Again, I can only speak my own situation. But my situation very much is I always use PayPal, and I've not been charged this time for the ones we've just ordered, but I am about to be charged for the ones we ordered back in June. Which means they're on their way. They'll be with us within a week or two, which is very exciting. Do you ever play Guess the Colour of the Wang Jangler before opening the set? I do not. I think so little about Wang Janglers that I often forget they are a thing that exists. And like with this one, they'll just lie mixed in with the pieces until I'm nearly at the end of the bag. And I'm like, oh, there's a Wang Jangler there. Let's move that to one side. And forget about it until I have to apply a sticker. I think you can get official white base plates. I may be going mad, but I've seen them on very... Maybe you can. I don't know. I don't think Lego sell them specifically. Do you think, as they've done last year and other years, they'll also have an insiders event the weekend before Black Friday? Yes, I got the dates earlier. Hold on. I have dates for you all. I saw these on Reddit this afternoon, so let me. Did I take photos of it, or did I just write it in my diary? I might have just written it down. It is the weekend before Black Friday. Hold on. So the 22nd and the 23rd of November is a double points weekend, insiders weekend. Definitely double points, likely to have some discounts as well. And then there's also discounts for Black Friday, which is the 28th, and Cyber Monday, which is the 1st of December. There'll be double points and discounts for both of them as well. So 2 weekends in a row, there'll be double points, same as last year. Right, 2 more identical miniature figures. To be clear, are you using a credit card on your PayPal account, a bank account, or do you just have money in that account? With my I don't use the credit card. No, it's I mean, there's usually money in my PayPal account, but the PayPal account is then just linked to my bank account. So my PayPal is set to pay first with any balance that I've got, and then it charges my bank account for the rest. It's not on a card. So yeah, like using PayPal the way PayPal was always intended to be used, as a wallet rather than just as a credit card processing website. So yeah, no typing in card details at all. Actually paying via the PayPal account. They don't take a charge. Yeah, the bank is not charged immediately. Can confirm. Do I like wearing Crocs? I'm kind of indifferent on it. I don't really have strong opinions one way or the other. I have owned Crocs from time to time. Yeah, I don't currently wear any. I had some Spider-Man ones, but the Spider-Man bit peeled off really quickly. They were quite poorly made, so I got a bit upset with them and stopped wearing them. I'm wearing... Well, I'm not wearing anything right now, but my go-to around the house footwear currently is a pair of Nike slides. But yeah, I've got nothing against Crocs. I have a few pairs probably somewhere. They're fine. Yeah, I have seen the pictures of the fish tank. As soon as it's official, I'll react to it properly in a video. Obviously can't do that until we have official images rather than leaked ones. But from what I've seen, I think it looks lovely. But as I suspected all along, it doesn't look like it's worth $500. So, I mean, we'll see how much it ends up being in the UK. And I'll give my full thoughts once I can. But yeah, initial reaction is, it's nothing special, is it? I don't really understand why it exists. Didn't I have some of headlights on? No, I don't think so. Are you tempted to get the Gotham City set before it retires? I already have it. So not tempted to get another one. It's on my office wall. It's great. It was one of my favourite sets I built last year. Got that the day it came out. Came out the same day as the Dungeons and Dragons set, if I remember. It's one of my most expensive single day Lego store experiences that day. going into the store and buying both of those sets. Don't think I've ever spent that much in store in one go before or since. What a day. Viking Village worth picking up before retiring. Yes, definitely. It's a great set. Really like that one. Great value. Has been on sale as well. Was on sale back in the summer, so there's a chance it might go on sale again before it goes, but it's one of those that just as easily could sell out and not come back. So I'd probably be inclined to, if you've not got it yet, pick it up on double points before it disappears entirely. I'd rather pay a little bit more for it than risk not getting it at all. And that's the case with a lot of these retiring sets at this point. And I mean, and I'm in the same boat. This isn't a criticism of anybody. There's a few sets I've left really late, like Ninjago City Markets, like Orient Express, where I'm now at the point where I'm not really in a position to hold out for the very best price anymore. It's now a case of next opportunity to get it at a good price. I'd rather own it than miss out on it entirely. The time for getting stuff at its best possible price expired like 6 months ago probably, and it's now a case of next good opportunity, take the plunge. So I will be getting Orient Express tomorrow and running because I can't get both of them in one go, because I've also got to buy the Christmas tree tomorrow, because I've promised TikTok I'm going to build that as the advent calendar this year. I can't spend 700 quid this month on Lego, or in one go. I've already bought Lego this month. It's an expensive hobby, isn't it? But yeah, I can't get all three of them on this double points, so I'm running the risk and leaving Ninjago City Market for Black Friday. Not because I'm expecting it to go cheap on Black Friday, but because it's, of the three, it's the one I want the least. And if I end up getting out a good deal, then lucky me, I win. If it ends up selling out, then sad me, I lose. Should have bought it earlier in the year when it was on sale, but kept convincing myself there'd always be other opportunities. But yeah, if there's sets that retire at the end of the year at this point that you want, I would be very much looking to get them this week. Unless you are very, very risk tolerant and happy to risk missing out on it altogether, if it comes down to it. You did convince me to wait for a sale on the Christmas tree. Excellent. My work here is done. If you could only get one out of the Daily Bugle or the Gotham City art set, which would you choose? That's a difficult question to answer, because as someone with a Lego City, I feel like owning the Daily Bugle is a must. So because I have a Lego City, I would say the Daily Bugle to put it in the Lego City. However, if I didn't have a Lego City, if you're talking purely in terms of which set do I prefer, which one would I rather have on display in my house as just part of a normal person Lego collection, then the Batman set. I think they're both great. I would not want to have to choose between them. But yeah, I think depending on what you're planning on doing defines which one to get, if that makes sense. All right, I think this is a slightly smaller ship. And then I think we have a bigger, obviously the bigger ship. Got my Viking Village today, lovely, lovely, lovely. Oh yeah, the Daily Bugle is massive. That is definitely something to think about. Like, if we didn't have the Lego City, there would be nowhere in this room to display the Daily Bugle. When we did have the Lego City on shelves in here, the Daily Bugle just had to sit on a cupboard in my office because it needed that. And the Avengers Tower do not fit on these shelves. They don't fit on top of these shelves. They don't fit on top of the Kallax we've got on the landing. The only place we could put them was on their own unit in the back of my office in front of the window. So yeah, that's definitely something to consider. The Daily Bugle is massive. What is Blacktron? Space stuff off of the, I want to say 90s. It might have been the early noughties. But yeah, Lego space stuff. I imagine it was probably pre-Star Wars Lego space stuff. And the reason it doesn't really exist now is because Star Wars means Blacktron doesn't need to exist. Upscale Lego Santa is a work of beauty in the new centerpiece of our family Christmas decorations. That is awesome. Where's Dave? And downstairs with Anna. So excited for the Line Knights Castle. $500 is crazy, but after getting the town square, I feel it's a must. And I've not heard one negative word about it. I mean, it's the best Lego set I've ever built. It's phenomenal. The Line Knights Castle is like peak pinnacle of Lego awesomeness. No other set will ever satisfy you the same way after you've had the pleasure of the Lion Knights Castle, so be warned. It could potentially ruin the whole hobby for you. It's great. If I got the Daily Bugle, I'd have to modify the mess out of it and use leftovers from mocks, which I would do if it sticks around a while. Okay. I know it's a weird question, but if you could have one of the two Simpsons sets, then which one? I mean, the house, I guess. But I wouldn't want just one. When I got the Krusty Burger, I held out for a couple of weeks saying there's no point getting this because if I get this, I'm going to want the other two as well. I want them all or none of them. I ended up caving and getting Krusty Burger because I'm weak. I don't see myself ever spending the money it would cost to get the other two unless I find an incredibly good deal for them. But if I could only have one, it would probably be the house. The house, I think, is the more iconic of the two. But then on the flip side of that, if Lego were to ever do more Lego stuff again, then the house is the more likely of the two to be remade as well. They're unlikely to remake Quickie Mart because Quickie Mart's not in The Simpsons anymore, is it? Or Apu's certainly not. I've not watched The Simpsons for years, but I know Apu's not in it anymore. So I assume that means the Quickie Mart's not in it anymore, which means they're never going to do another Quickie Mart. Whereas I guess if they were to bring the theme back, they'd probably do it like properly rather than just the one set. They'd probably do the house again at some point. So maybe on that basis, you get the Quickie Mart knowing that there'll be another house coming at some point. Lots of yellow. Lots and lots of yellow. I got a black castle in the 80s. Is it worth out? I mean, that's the most northern comment we've ever had. I mean, I don't know. Depends what condition it's in. If it's in good condition and you've still got like box and instructions, then yeah, probably. If it's just a bunch of Lego in a bag now, maybe with some bits missing, maybe with some damage, probably less so. So, as with a lot of these things, it depends on condition. Basically, any really old Lego in good condition is going to be valuable to an extent. Not necessarily pay off the mortgage valuable, but pay for a nice meal out valuable maybe. If they re-release the older Simpson sets, they'll have updated pieces and building techniques. Yeah, which is a good thing because everything moves on and gets better. So I'd be quite happy for that. I'd much rather have, if I had the choice, I would much rather they remade the Simpsons house and I got that than me buying an old one. That's the case with all the modulars as well. I've talked about this before in videos. As much as I'm enjoying going around and collecting the old modulars, I'd much rather they re-released one every year. Like, we're now 20 years in. If they re-released Cafe Corner along with this year's modular, and then every year from then on released the new one and a remake of the one from 20 years before, I'd much rather have the remake because it's going to be much better. As nice as it is to be able to say, I've got Cafe Corner, it's an empty shell that doesn't look great. Compare Cafe Corner to to Tudor Corner. There's no comparison. Tudor Corner is infinitely better, both inside and out. So much more detailed, much better build, much more. I mean, it's just a better set. So if they were to do a remake of Cafe Corner, I'm not in this for the value of the sets. I'm in it because I want a cool looking Lego City. I'd much rather have a cool remake than the original one, and that goes for pretty much anything. Give me a cool remake. Is the original Simpsons house not one of those sets with the brittle brown bricks? I'm not sure. Right. Where's this bit going? Yeah, Anna is wearing a giraffe suit tonight and is a little quiet as a result. She's not very well, so she's having the night off. I mean, it's not even her crying off. It's not her decision. There's no way with her sick, I'm sitting in a room with her for 3 hours. Because I can't afford to get sick at this time of year. We make the majority of our money for the year between now and Christmas. And I need to be 100% healthy to be able to do that. So a week of being ill at this time of year will cost us thousands upon thousands of pounds that we can't afford to lose. So there's no way I'm being confined to a small space with a poorly Anna at the moment. So yeah. I am protecting my lungs from potential disaster ahead of Football Manager's launch. What's the best orange soda? Fanta, I think. Oh no, Orangina. Orangina is great. I always forget about Orangina because it's not in every place here in the UK. But when you go to Europe, Orangina is everywhere and it's amazing. So yeah, Orangina. Love Orangina. Football Manager release is imminent. I would certainly suggest this time next week, I'll be getting very, very, very excited. I suspect a week tomorrow is what we're looking at. But I still can't afford to get sick now. I'm expecting to be streaming Lego on Friday. And probably on Monday. We'll see. We'll just have to see. I don't know any more than anyone else. I've just been around a long time and can have a decent guess. Completely agree about the modulars. I feel like with so many nerdy people enjoying this hobby, we should have libraries and more bookshop mods. That would be cool. Fanta, I think there's no one in the US, but I can't think of the name to save my life. I mean, we have the other big one in the UK is Tango, which I know they don't have in the US because I've talked about Apple Tango before and people get very confused. Apple Tango is the best apple. I've got 2 bottles of Fanta apple in the fridge and I've had 1 glass of it and it was horrible. It just tasted like chemically apple. So although Fanta's the best orange, it does not make good apple. You have to have Apple Tango. It's very complicated. I am quite particular about my soft drinks, and it is worth noting I only drink the diet ones as well. I don't like the sugary ones. It is not a health thing. I drank the diet ones when I was much fatter than I am now. I've never enjoyed the taste of the full sugar fizzy drinks. I like the diet ones. So yeah, this is Fanta Zero Sugar. If it releases, there's no Lego stream. Depending on when it releases, yeah. Like if it releases on Friday, I'm not going to stream Lego on Friday. I'll be streaming Football Manager. If it releases tomorrow, I probably will be streaming Lego on Friday because it'll have been out a few days by then. But at least for the first couple of days that it's out, I really need to prioritise Football Manager. Because again, we have those pesky bills to pay. But yeah, it's not. I don't anticipate long-term disruption to this channel from Football Manager coming out. Just maybe a missed stream or 2, depending on, like I say, when it comes out. There have been quite a few suggesting FM on Thursday, but I wouldn't want an NDA content creator to risk their income by breaking the embargo. I mean, I've led the charge for the for Thursday. I think Thursday is pretty likely. You can't break an NDA if you don't know. If you don't know when it's happening, and I genuinely don't know. I can speculate to my heart's content. The easy rule of thumb with NDAs and stuff like that, if someone is able to speculate at all, it means they genuinely don't know. Because if they knew, they wouldn't be able to even speculate. If they were, again, assuming such a person was under an NDA. So you have to maybe guess who's under an NDA and who's not. But anyone who you're pretty sure is, if they're able to speculate, it means they genuinely don't know. Or else they wouldn't be able to speculate at all. I think it's likely to be this coming Thursday or next Tuesday. They're my two dates that I think are most likely. Based entirely on speculation. Read into any of that as much or as little as you want. Been on the Disney Store website, got 3 things I asked to get over 100. Roll on payday, lovely stuff. Wasn't it confirmed for the 4th of November? The full game is out on the 4th of November, but the beta comes out a couple of weeks early. Always does. So we've got early access coming at an unspecified date at some point in the next week or two. Anna has done solo streams, but our internet isn't made of gold. We can't both stream at the same time. It will melt the house. And plus, she is obviously currently sick also. So if it came out now, that's no help anyway. Where does that go? Ah, there. Okay. Loads of printed pieces. This is very cool. Loads of printed pieces. Right, well, we've got these 2 minifigures. So another little ship. I thought this was just one big ship. Turns out, it isn't. Unless I've misread the instructions and I'm now going to have to disassemble these 2 to make the big build once I open up the main instruction book, which I hope is not the case, because if there's one thing I really dislike in Lego, it's disassembling sets. So I really don't want to have to do that. There you go. That's the, I think this is all part of the big module. I think this connects in. So we've got the little one on wheels and this one. And that's the end of the first book. And then we move into the second book, which I think connects everything together. Presumably including the bit that we've already built. Yeah, we're starting from bag 3. So I don't know. I'm very confused. I don't know enough about Blacktron to really know what's going on yet. Don't we have? We do have fibre, but we're also on Wi-Fi upstairs. It'll come out and I'll be sick. Well, then I'll just ignore that I'm sick. I've done that before. I've been doing this for 10 years. And it comes out at the height of cold and flu season. I would say there's been at least 2 launches where I've been pretty rotten sick during them. And just have to get on with it. I don't have the option. Got to make the money. So there's been a few launches where I've sniffled and coughed and spluttered through. It also connects to the gift of purchase, does it? By golly, that is clever. Right. Right. we've got lots of Technic pins. Which, interestingly, I need lots of Technic pins for the faffing around I'm doing in the Lego City at the moment. So, tempted to just abandon this build and just steal these and use them for Castle Hill, where I need all of the Technic pins. So any left over are definitely going with me to the Lego City tomorrow. That's how confident I am FM's not coming out tomorrow. I'm planning a day in the Lego City tomorrow to hide from Anna and her germs. Five-minute warning for BrickLink orders. What, are they about to go off sale? I guess it has been a week now, isn't it? I should have made a TikTok about that. Because of course they're getting them, they're closing those pre-orders before Double Points opens this time. To stop people getting double points on their BrickLink this time. So yeah, if you want to order a BrickLink set, get it ordered now. Quickity, quickity, quickity. Is it better to avoid the 2 times points and get the sets during the Disney gift for purchase period, as that set is likely to be worth more than 5% of a set? I mean, it depends what set you're buying. That's not going to be worth more than 5% of a Death Star, for example. So it depends how much the set you're... Again, this is maths for you to do yourself and decide based on the set you're after. And also decide how likely you are to actually sell it. But yeah, it's definitely an option. Playing Championship Manager since 1992. Then moved to Football Manager. Still got them all. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Do I go to the Disney store for the gift with purchase or wait for Lego? This is hard. I guess it depends on, is there something you want at the Disney store that would get you the gift with purchase? The thing with the Disney store one, I'm very much of a mind of, if there's something there that I would have bought anyway, I'll buy it from there. Lego or non-Lego, any Disney stuff really. I wouldn't make a special order with Disney just to get the gift with purchase when I can just get it with Lego in a couple of weeks. I'm not in a rush to get that Disney gift with purchase. But if there's something I would have bought before the end of the year from Disney anyway, like maybe a Christmas jumper or two, or an advent calendar, or some kind of Christmas gift for nieces. If I've got £100 of spending to do at Disney anyway, I may as well do it this week, get the gift with purchase on spending I already would have done, and then don't have to worry about getting it from Lego. Are you in the buy one to build and buy another to stay? I don't keep anything sealed. Toys are meant to be played with. I haven't got the storage space to keep a load of stuff in its boxes. Any space I've got, I want built Lego sets on. I'm not in this for the money. I'm in this because Lego is cool and fun. So I'm very much, everything I buy is with the intention of building. That doesn't mean it all gets built straight away. Sometimes it takes a while for me to get round to it. There's some sets that I've had in their boxes for like a year, if not longer. But the plan is definitely to build them eventually. And there have been a few sets from time to time that I've sold, because after I've bought them on a whim and then realised afterwards I actually didn't really want them, so I'll sell them. Like I bought the burner bow earlier in the year and sold that, for example. Because I actually sold that on for a profit because I got it for a good price. But on the whole, if I'm buying a set, I'm buying it because I want to build it. Not for any other reason. I certainly think there are more sensible ways to invest money than in Lego. As much as if you look on paper at the theoretical return of Lego sets, it looks like Lego's this incredible investment. What you have to factor in is the storage costs for as long as you hold it for. Lego takes up a lot of space, so there is a storage cost. Even if you're not specifically paying for storage cost, it's taking up space in your house, which could have something else in it. So there is a storage cost, even if it's not a financial one that you're specifically paying. And also then the disposal cost on the other side. So although it might look on paper like Lego has increased in value faster than gold, blah, 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 factor in how much it's cost you to store for however long you have to hold it for, and then how much it costs to sell when it's time to sell. And I don't think it's a particularly good investment anyway. I'd rather just invest like a grown-up and then spend my money on toys. Keep the two separate. I try not to mix grown-up stuff with childish stuff. Keep the two separate. That way I'm less likely to make childish decisions when I should be making grown-up decisions, and vice versa. Thus ends the sermon of a former financial advisor. I don't normally sell sets, but I'm guessing the Disney one will be quite popular, so I could just sell them on Vinted, do a few £100, £300 orders, keep the Disney gift for purchase, and sell the rest. I mean, it's difficult to say. You never know for sure. Depends how many of them are in circulation. If Disney are doing it as a gift for purchase as well, I imagine there's going to be a lot of them in circulation at a time when a lot of people are placing Lego orders. I don't know that it is going to be a hugely sought after one, at least not in the short term. I think anyone who really, really wants it in the short term will just be able to get it. I don't think it's going to disappear off shelves super quick. But who knows? I might be wrong. The spot you store the box could be used to build a set. Exactly. And if you've got... And the other thing is, for it to actually be a noticeable financial return because you are going to have to hold these sets for a long term. There's rarely an opportunity for a quick flip. So if you're planning on holding these sets for 5 to 10 years, for you to hold the quantity that you would need to make a noticeable return, I mean, you're not going to retire early on 1 or 2 sets. You need a big pile of Lego for any kind of difference making return, and you need to hold it for a long time. So even if you try and tell me, well, I'm not paying anything for the storage, it's just in my house, it's in my spare room, I would throw back at you, yeah, but if you're spending 10 years filling your spare room with Lego, you could just get a smaller house that doesn't have that spare room in and have 10 years of having one less room in your house, and you'll probably make more money that way. It's less fun, I imagine, but you'd probably make more money. So yeah, I'm not one for Lego investing. That's not to say I never will be, but right now it's not for me. I recently bought the big crane and was surprised it came from Belgium. Yeah, a lot of the sets dispatched from Belgium. I think they've got a big distribution place there. Everything I buy from Lego comes from Belgium. Where do I normally post about the beta early access? Twitter usually. It will normally be a tweet. And I mean, I would normally have a heads up at least a few hours before. So the fact that I'm doing this now should be enough to tell you it ain't happening today, because I've not had that heads up. Because if I'd have had that heads up, I would not be doing this. So unless all communication between me and them has broken down, which I don't think it has, you can be pretty confident it's not happening today, because I'm doing this. Andrew Jackson, thank you very much for becoming a channel member. What a hero. Sorry, I set you off on a rant. Oh, no, I mean, I enjoy... Lego is my special interest. My little autistic brain loves talking about it. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sat here on my own trying to fill 3 hours of content, having something that I'm actually passionate about and interested in to talk about. Don't apologise for that. It's something I keep meaning to make a video about. I might have just planned out the video in my head with the rant. Do I have plans for any future rebrickable modulars? Yes. There's loads of sets in boxes on this bottom shelf next to me. Pretty much all of them are there with a view to be a rebrickable modular at some point. I just need the time and the money to order the extra parts that I need. So yes, definitely have a plan. Plot twist, Anna received the heads her female first and is getting in there before me. Maybe. Wouldn't that be a thing? I mean, they are adding women's football to FM this year. So, who knows? Maybe. There. Illusion being a fun sponge next to tell me Jack is bumming. I'm not a fun sponge. I just like talking. Plan on getting the Lionet's Castle tomorrow. After also pre-ordering the BrickLink Outlaw Forest Den set. It's a slippery slope. Yeah, you'll run out of castle space soon though. I was on that slippery slope a year ago, whereas now I'm reluctant to order any more castle stuff because my castle shelf is already full. And now every castle I look at, I'm comparing it to the Lion Knight's castle. And unless I think a set will either complement it perfectly or be better than it, I'm not buying it. Which means I'll be buying far fewer castle sets going forward because I've got the best one they've ever done. So that's quite handy. When BrickLink orders arrive, where do you get the building instructions from? The app. They're on the app. There'll be a QR code in the box. And the QR code will link you to the app, or you can just search for them on the app. Very occasionally, if you're one of the first people to get your order, you'll get the order before the instructions are on the app, and you'll have to download the PDF off of the website if you really need to build it straight away. Having been in that situation once or twice in the past, I am now very much of a mind of, I'll just give it a month after it arrives. I don't need to build it straight away. It's not going anywhere. Is the 2 times points just online or in store for all sets too? As far as I know, it's in store as well. If we've got anyone from Australia in, they're probably the best people to confirm because it's already started there. As far as I know, it's in store and online. It would be mad for it to not be in store as well, because they're just guaranteeing people not going into their stores for a week if that's the case. Like, I thought it was quite surprising that they announced it today. It's actually been on the website all day confirming double points is coming. I guess the logic is they also still have the sale on. So I suppose they'll still be selling sale sets up until the last minute. And they want people to come back tomorrow for double points. So it probably doesn't hurt. But on a normal day, announcing double points is coming beforehand is bonkers because it just stops people buying in the meantime. That's why they announce stuff at the last possible minute. Are you getting Titanic? Not anytime soon. It's time for Mr. Ghost. No, we don't do Mr. Ghost without Anna. It'll break her heart. I'm afraid that'll have to wait until Anna's back. I'm not allowed to touch him. I don't know where his button is. No, we'll wait for Anna. Mr. Ghost returns on Friday. Is that his name? Are we calling him Mr. Ghost? I haven't checked him for a PP. We don't know he's Mr. Ghost. Right, I've had to make 4 of the same thing here. And none of the 4 of them are finished. Call him Mr. Ghost. But he's Anna's. Does she call Does she call him Mr. Ghost? Where did... Oh, is there? I can't give him a name if Anna hasn't given him a name. Just checked Lego Australia double points, even on sets that are still on sale. Nice. Is there a way of confirming whether it's in store or not? Does it have any mention of that on the website? Just built my copy of the Ghost yesterday. It's a fun little build. I'm sure you and Anna will enjoy it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. It's over there somewhere. If I want to motorise a train, do I just need the hub, train motor and remote control? And a plan. Because it's, unless it's one that's been designed to be easily motorised, it won't necessarily be a case of just plugging a motor into it. So yeah, you might need a plan as well. But otherwise, yeah, that sounds like the kit that you need. You staying away from Anna reminds me of 2020 all over again. Yeah, just give me Animal Crossing and it really is 2020 all over again. Is Pokémon out this week, by the way? Is that this week? I'm planning on doing it to the holiday train set. I think, yeah, that one is set to, that one is designed to just take the motor. It will say on the box, if you've already got the set, it says on the box exactly what you need to be able to motorise it. And if you've not got the set yet, I think you can look on the box on the website and it will show you exactly what is needed to motorise it. But yeah, that is one that is designed to be motorisable. There you go, we've got what I guess is 4 little feet to come out the bottom of this. Which brings us to bag 4. I'm just going to go and grab another beverage. As I finish that one. And I must stay hydrated. I'll be back in a moment. Talk amongst yourselves. Is Orient Express designed to motorise? I'm not sure, actually. I've not got it yet. I'll let you know. I don't plan on motorising it. I plan on having it in the display behind me. Yeah, quiet time with Jeff. Jeffrey. Jeffrey! Give him his full name. Show him a little bit of respect. He didn't single-handedly bring Toys R Us back just to have people only use half of his name. Kev leaving the room reminds me that Snoop Dogg once accidentally streamed an empty chair for 6 hours, did he? But he made a few quid doing it as well. Is it easier to build with a motor or is it harder to convert one? Again, if it's one that's designed to take a motor, both options will be in the instructions. So the Holiday, what was it called? Holiday Main Street had a tram that was designed to be motorised. And I built it without the motorisation. And I think it was 3 steps to add the motor once it arrived. So that one was super easy to do. My dad's called Jeffrey. Is he, by golly? Is he indeed? Any news on the new modular? No. And after getting a copyright strike last year, if there was any news, I wouldn't be talking about it yet. I'm very much going to be behaving myself this year. No leaking images. That was the last time I ever leaked a Lego image. Yeah, we'll see, I guess. I mean, let's face it, whatever they do is going to be awesome. They don't do duds with the modulars, do they? There hasn't been a bad one. So whatever they do, we're all going to think is great because it's a modular and they always are. So I'm pretty comfortable just letting them do whatever they feel like. Hear that, Lego? You don't need my permission with whatever you're planning. You do you, and I'm sure we'll all buy it and like it. I think we're doing a lengthy wing section. This makes me feel like a Trekkie doing all this spaceship stuff. Maybe I could become a Trekkie. Maybe I'll get myself a Millennium Falcon. Join the dark side. Become one of the cool kids. Wouldn't that be a turn of events? And because of how my brain works, give me a year and I'd be a Star Wars expert as well. And new people would never know I wasn't into it to begin with. So it's probably for the best that I don't. Yeah, I saw leaked images of Scooby-Doo. Scooby-Doo's going into Lego Fortnite, isn't he? Or Lego Fortnite. Which suggests they've got the Scooby-Doo license back in general, which suggests new Scooby-Doo set. So hopefully means I never have to buy the super expensive mystery machine, just like what we were talking about before with The Simpsons. Hopefully that'll mean I don't have to buy the £200 mystery machine from a few years ago, because I'll do a new one. That would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. Because I would very much like one, but I don't want to pay that price for one, which is why I don't currently own one. You have to watch all the movies. I've seen most of them. I just got bored. They're boring. We don't need to go on we don't need to talk about Star Wars again. I just didn't enjoy it. I've tried multiple times in my life. It's just not for me. I'm too cool. I have got the Flintstone set. It's great. Love it. That goes on there. And then everything's either black or yellow. Or red. There is a little bit of red. There's also motion at my front door, which hopefully isn't any of you lot. Approximately how many box sets do we have? 30 or 40 in here. Maybe another 20 or 30 in our cupboard under the stairs. So what's that? Somewhere between 50 and 80, I guess. At a guess. It is a complete guess. Somewhere in that kind of region though, seems about right. Like I say, all with a view to being built eventually. Just, I'm busier than my brain realises. So my backlog is always pretty big. It's the same with everything. I've got hundreds of comic books I've not read, hundreds of books I've not read, hundreds of games I've not played, hundreds of wrestling figures still in their boxes. And none of this was bought with the intention of hoarding it. It was bought because my brain doesn't realise how busy I am and how little free time I actually have. And I want to do all this cool stuff. I want to build all these Lego sets and read all these books and play all these games. I just don't have time to do as much of it as I would like. But I'll get caught up eventually. The day will come. It'll all get built before I die. That's the plan. Are backlog videos cool or bragging in your opinion? We did a full inventory of everything we had and recorded it, and I'm considering posting the video. I think it's interesting. I mean, a lot of it depends on the intention. Intention goes a long way with stuff like that. I feel like if I were to do it, it wouldn't come across as braggy because that's not how I am. Whereas if, for example, Logan Paul did it, it would probably come across as really braggy because that's how he is. So, intention. Are you doing it to show off and because you want people to go, oh, that's so cool? Or are you doing it because you think it's interesting and you'd find watching someone else's version of that interesting and you're just making an interesting video on a topic that interests you? You'd be surprised how different intention makes to a piece of content. Just like you can always tell when someone's enjoying what they're doing and when they're just doing it because they feel like they have to. You can usually tell why somebody's doing something as well. And if the why is okay, then the reaction will probably be fine. Can't stand that guy. I'm doing it to show people what has become of our lives in 1 year. Well, then, again, I'm sure, like I say, if you're doing it for the right reasons, then I'm sure it'll be fine. I've done stuff like that before. I've done videos showing the whole collection where we didn't exactly focus on the stuff still in boxes, but it was in the video. We've shown the backlog in passing. We've not done like a detailed inventory of it, but we've shown the backlog in passing and we've shown the collection. Chad Lee Manuel, thank you very much for joining the Wall of Fame. Very much appreciated. You should do a tier list of sets you have, like the ones you want to make first. Yeah, I mean, first step is to catalogue them and work out what I've actually got. Because there'll be some stuff down there I'll have forgotten that I bought, which I'm not particularly proud of. That is definitely an indication that I've gone a little bit wild with the spending when I maybe didn't need to. But, yeah, it's a job that I do plan on doing at some point. Realistically, like so many things now, as we approach the Football Manager launch, it's a job for January. So much now is being put off as a job for January because I'm not going to have any free time once the game comes out. I'm going to be working like a maniac. But yeah, once we get the other side of it, stuff like that is a definite possibility. Yeah, exactly. People do unboxing videos, people do haul videos. Like I say, the key is it will come across the way you intend for it to come across, most likely. And you'll know why you want to do it. If you're doing it to brag, it'll be obvious. If you're doing it because you think it's interesting, that'll be obvious too. And if you get the odd person moan, who cares? It's certainly the further you get in content creation, the more you realise it's not possible to please everybody and you shouldn't even try to. You'll go mad trying to please everybody. There'll always be somebody who dislikes what you're doing. And half the time, it stems from jealousy. You'll get people who, when you were a little bit smaller, were massively supportive, you'll reach a certain size and they just turn on you because they liked it when you were the underdog and they don't like to see you succeed. They weren't here to see you. They were there to watch you fail, and then you didn't, and they don't like it. There's a lot of people out there who are jerks. Don't worry about pleasing everybody. What happens if your views and sponsorships won't come back? They will. Don't you worry. I'm very good at what I do. Yeah, I have no fear on that. I mean, worst case scenario, this channel could... Give it another couple of months, this channel could support us on its own anyway. This channel's doing really well. So, yeah, I have no concerns. I've built enough YouTube channels over the years now to be pretty confident that I know what I'm doing. I know when a channel's heading in the right direction and I know when it's heading in the wrong one. And I know I have absolutely nothing to worry about as far as the Football Manager channel goes. It's going to be fine. And we are going to have a very fruitful few months. And then I'll have some decisions to make in the new year. Because I'll have 2 really successful channels on my hands. And not enough time to commit to them both full time. So we'll probably have to do some hiring in the new year. Maybe bring an editor on this channel. Come up with a plan of some kind. But as they say in football, stuff like that is a nice problem to have. I'm considering watching on UFM stuff even though I'm not into the game. What would you recommend? I would certainly wait for the game to come out and not watch any of the stuff anticipating the game because it's all a little bit inside baseball. Whereas there'll be some more stuff focused on beginners and new players when the game comes out. But watching the watching any of the videos from the first couple of days when the game is new, they're basically going to be done on the assumption that people don't know anything about the game. Because it's going to be a new game for all of us. Even though we've played Football Manager for years, it's been completely rebuilt this year. So everyone involved is going to be learning the game to some extent or another. So yeah, jumping in on the ground level is the best way because we'll all learn together then. What's in my basket for this week's purchases? At the moment, just Orient Express and the Christmas tree. That's my plan at the moment. Always subject to change, but they're the 2 I plan to get. This is going to be quite big. 'Tis growing. Right, bag 5. Have I got any of the Nintendo Lego? Have I got any of the Nintendo Lego? Yes, I have. I have. Can you see him back there? Bowser is back there. You might just be able to see him next to that Duplo giraffe behind the chocolate factory. I need to tidy these shelves. But I've also got the NES, the Game Boy, which is also in here somewhere. I've got Mario and Yoshi are up there. I've got the Mario Kart set. I've got the Piranha Plant. Not in here. I don't know why I'm looking behind me. There's probably some others that I'm forgetting that I've also got. Yeah, I have quite a lot of the Nintendo stuff, especially the Mario stuff. Just subscribe to the Lujo. Thank you very much. Those of you who are familiar with Matt from the building of the Lego City, if you want to see Matt in action, we did a nearly an hour-long video on the Football Manager channel today, talking about the system requirements. Because YouTube have a collaboration feature now, so we were able to properly make it a joint production, which is the first time I've done that, and it was quite cool. All I need to know when I start is how to get rid of over 80% of the United roster so I can build a good one. Sell them. Sell them is my recommendation. Pretty simple. Oh. If it's anything like FM24, presumably sell them to Saudi Arabian teams for mega money. I imagine that's still the play. That's the play in real life still. Have I built the Museum of Natural History? I have. It's in the Lego City and it is very cool. Go there. We're making the whole thing a little more sturdy, filling in some of the gaps to give it a little bit more oomph, a little bit more heft. It feels a lot like a batwing at the moment taking shape. It'll just accidentally turn into a batwing or a Millennium Falcon. We'll go full Reddit Lego. Oh, it accidentally became a Millennium Falcon. The irony being he was going to wait for the beta or full game and then test before posting anything. I did get him involved early, yeah. I mean, he's still going to make that video, but I asked him to make that video with me first because everyone keeps asking me. And I don't know the answer to what computer you'd play Football Manager. And he was here anyway, so we made a video. Admittedly, we knew in advance we were making the video because I gave him a lot of homework. He had about a week to research. In fact, I originally contacted him before we went on holiday, and we were going to make the video that week, but then I went on holiday. So he'd had that list for a little while. It was me who was being slow making the video. Would you recommend the medieval town square, which is on sale for $183, or say for Arkham Asylum for $299? I would get the medieval town square, which will only be on sale until midnight, because it retires at the end of the year. Whereas Arkham Asylum, you've got at least a couple more years to pick that one up. Medieval town square is fantastic. They're both great sets, but the medieval town square is really, really good and retires at the end of the year. So I would get that now while it's still available and while it's cheap. And if you're not that fussed about getting Arkham Asylum immediately, wait for a discount on that at some point. I would always prioritise the sets that are retiring, because as soon as they retire, they become a lot more expensive. So get them while you can. You go there. This set is going to be quite a hefty bit of kit when it's done. It's going to have some oomph to it. Certainly those wings aren't falling off now. What was he here? I've got a video coming out on the channel Wednesday, I think it's scheduled for, that explains everything he was doing, but I didn't have a computer issue as such. There was just some tweaks and upgrades that I wanted to do before FM26. So just a few little tweaks here and there. Little minor upgrades that you might not even notice, but will generally improve the quality of the content. I noticed a lot of Lego is actually reduced on Amazon despite Prime Day finishing. Yeah, someone posted on the Discord, the Creative 3-in-1 robot that came out in January is more than half price on Amazon still now. It's like 53% off or something ridiculous. So yeah, there are still some good deals to be had. New subscriber here from the US. Thank you very much. Welcome along. Jazz Club needs one final John Lewis discount. It does. The thing with John Lewis, which I've noticed over the last year or two, is John Lewis seemed to like to zig when everyone else zags. By which I mean they'll do their sale 2 weeks before Black Friday, and then the day Black Friday starts, they'll put all their prices back up. They did the same thing back in the summer when there was the Amazon, I think it was back in July, was it? When Amazon did a load of deals, and it was when Lego put the Daily Bugle went on sale. The week before, John Lewis had all the modulars, or the 2 modulars that they've got, on discount. But then as soon as Amazon and Lego made their discounts, John Lewis put their prices back up. So the fact that Lego are doing promotions at the moment, I think, is what's stopping John Lewis. I wouldn't be at all surprised with Lego double points ending on the 20th, and then Black Friday stuff and Insiders Weekend coming back in the middle of November. If I were to gamble, I wouldn't be at all surprised if last week of October, first week or 2 of November, we had one last John Lewis sale before Christmas on Lego. And then Black Friday will happen, they'll put the prices back up, and they'll stay up until after Christmas then. Now, am I confident enough that if I didn't have those modulars yet, I would wait? I don't know. Don't know that I am. But again, if you're willing to roll the dice a little, I think they've got one more 150, 160 pound week in them. And I think it happens in the next couple of weeks. So we shall see. That being said, I am very much a coward. And if I still didn't own them, knowing they were retiring, I would definitely be buying them tomorrow on double points. I don't think I'd risk it. But some people are more willing than I am to take a risk, and keener than I am to get the best possible price rather than just a good deal. So all I can do is share what I think and allow you to make your own decision from there. What a generous guy. What a man. I'm thinking of buying Titanic. When do you think would be the best price? It's a set that I just don't imagine they're ever going to discount. So I think it's just a case of any double points, go for it. I don't think it's due to retire anytime soon. I don't remember it ever being discounted. There might have been an occasion at some point that I'm forgetting, but I certainly don't have any memory of the Titanic ever being on a discount. I also don't think it's, like I said, I don't think it's due to retire anytime soon. I don't think it even has a retirement date as far as I know. So I would just, I mean, it's a set I would like myself one day, and I imagine I'll get it on a double points at some point. I got the foosball table via BrickLink, not knowing where it was coming from. It was around Bellevue. I'm less than 30 miles away. There you go. That is a good set. I've got that set. It is a good set. Yeah, John Lewis having the modulars on sale in June makes sense because the Lego and Amazon deals were July, and John Lewis was definitely a couple of weeks before. So yeah, that all adds up with how I remember it. John Lewis, like I say, they like to have their discounts to themselves, and when everyone else has a sale on, they don't. The thing to remember is they do also price match with a lot of the high street as well. So even though they've not necessarily got a sale on, that doesn't mean you can't get a good deal at John Lewis when the sales are on. Like they'll price match Amazon, they'll price match Smiths, they'll price match Argos. So just because they don't have a specific sale on doesn't mean there's no way to get a deal out of them during the sales. They're always worth keeping an eye on for that reason. Dropped something. Don't know where it went. It was on discount at one brick fair with the discounts, probably never been otherwise. Nice. I got Jazz Club in June for under 150. Yeah, it was, like I say, it was a good price. And I remember making videos at the time saying this is probably the best it's ever going to be. If you are planning on getting it, now is the time. But I realise, but partly because of the way the algorithms work, and partly because people, for some reason, don't watch every video, but sometimes the message doesn't get through. Like, I put a video out today saying, double point stats tomorrow. What are you planning on getting? And the amount of replies I got on that TikTok saying, oh, I wish I'd have known. I bought this big set yesterday, or I bought a big set over the weekend. It's like, how did you not know? Every video I've made for the last 2 weeks has said, and we've got double points coming. I've done everything I could to get the message out there, but sometimes you just can't get the right message in front of the right people, and they'll miss out on a deal because of it. This set is looking really cool. Gotham Skyline or Arkham Asylum? What? Which do I prefer, or which should you buy now? Because I think they're two different questions. The Skyline retires in December, so if you want it, get that. They're both great. I would probably lean towards Arkham Asylum being the slightly better set. It's certainly, I mean, for me as someone who's got a Lego City, it obviously fits in the Lego City, so for that it's a big bonus. But then the Skyline I've got on my office wall, so it's not that either of them are hidden away. But if you're looking to buy one now, if that's what you're asking me, I would buy the Skyline now before it retires and worry about Arkham next year because it will still be around, whereas the Skyline won't. Can you explain your thinking when buying newly released Lego, which is not yet retiring, compared to buying a modular list, which is more than likely to continue to go up in price? What do you mean? I'm not sure what you mean. Are you asking me why I buy Lego when it first comes out new, rather than waiting until just before it retires? Is that what you're? I think that's what you're asking. And the answer is because I'm a content creator. So newer sets get more views. So I need to get new sets when they first come out, because that's when people want to see videos about those sets. So yeah, purely because I'm a content creator. If this was just a hobby, if this was just a personal collection, I would never buy stuff on launch day unless it had an incredible gift with purchase that I couldn't possibly live without. But the vast majority of sets I would not be buying the year they came out, never mind the day they came out. But because of us doing this, it does dictate how we shop, because we're buying props for videos rather than toys for our collection. The vast majority of our Lego is owned by our company and not by us, because it was bought to make content with. Isn't it more important to get the already retired sets? Important how? If a set's already retired, then it's already probably more expensive than it was before it retired. I would say the priority order would be sets that are about to retire should be top priority. And then I guess good prices on already retired sets would be next. But yeah, we're not buying as a personal collection. We're buying to make videos. And even with stuff like the Lego City, I know we eventually want to have all of the retired modulars for the Lego City, but if you look at the views on the channel, me going to the Lego store on new Lego Day and buying the new set gets way more views than any Lego City video. So even from a content perspective, me getting... I still need the Grand Emporium. Me getting the Grand Emporium would get far fewer views than me getting the Black Pearl on launch day. So from a business perspective, we make more money on the newer sets. So, yeah. Although I am getting better at making the money without buying the sets. We did all right out of the Death Star, even though I didn't actually buy it, because I got in the store, got hands on with it, got close up with it, made a few controversial posts about it. So we've done all right out of the Death Star launch. So maybe I'm getting a little bit more skillful and learning this niche a little bit better. And we might be able to adjust the strategy a little bit next year. Because we're still new in this niche. We've only been doing this for a year and a half. Although I've been a YouTuber for a long time. I'm still learning this section of the internet. I haven't got the Black Pearl, no. But again, you'll remember, if you watch all of our videos, you'll remember that during September, when we had all those release days, I was at the Lego store for all of them. And I made sure I was at a different Lego store for each of them. And I tried to make it so that there was still a reason to watch all of the videos, watch all of the TikToks. I tried to get up close with all of the sets. I went down to Leicester Square. I went over to Birmingham. I made an event of each of those launches. Learned a lot in September about what works and what doesn't, content-wise. But yeah, bottom line, if you are just doing this as a hobby, if this is just a collection, an interest, then yeah, absolutely prioritise retiring sets. You don't need to buy them new. That's when they're at their most expensive. It is not the time to buy. They are bringing more Happy Plants next year. I'm very excited. I love the Happy Plants set. I think it's great. So yeah, very much looking forward to that one. It's the only botanical set I've ever built. So yeah, very much looking forward to more Happy Plants. I got both Arkham Asylum and Black Pearl. I haven't got Willy Wonka yet because last month my mum spent through the Lego budget. I mean, it was an expensive month. I think it would be very surprising for anybody to have got all 4 of the big 18+ sets last month. I even asked in a video for anyone who did get all 4 to get in touch with me to tell me how rich they are, and nobody did. So I don't think anybody got all 4. I make it 5 if you include the Death Star. I don't believe there's anybody who is a normal person who managed to get Hogsmeade, Black Pearl, Willy Wonka, Arkham Asylum and the Death Star. Because that's absurdly expensive to do. How does this even... Oh, like that. Is that all right? I'm trying to orient my set around the right way. I'm getting my brain broken. There we go. I got none of the 5. Yeah, I got 1 of the 5. And would have liked probably 2 more. But just wasn't in a financial position to get any more at the time. But I would have liked Hogsmeade. Hogsmeade was more of a, I object to the price that it was. If it had been $250, I'd have bought it, but I don't plan on paying $350 for it. I just feel like it's too expensive compared to Diagon Alley. And the Black Pearl, I would love to have, but can't really justify it either at the moment. But we'll definitely get the Black Pearl before it retires. I love the Pirates of the Caribbean. So it's definitely a set I will get, just not going to rush to get it. Yeah, space is definitely a consideration for the Black Pearl. I don't know where I'll put it. I mean, I've got a lot of pirate stuff behind me in here. So I've got the Pirates of Barracuda Bay, I've got Eldorado Fortress, I've got the 3-in-1 pirate ship, I've got the 3-in-1 Viking ship, I've got the Viking village, I've got the medieval town square, I've got a lot of stuff that it would fit in with up there, but I don't think it fits on that shelf. I think it's too high for that shelf. So I don't think there's anywhere in this room we could fit it. So that then becomes a problem of where do we put it if we get it, when we get it. So I'm not in a rush. I was waiting for the fish tank and the Enterprise, but the leaks of both look very disappointing, so maybe I'm done for the year. I think the fish tank looks cool, but it's just too expensive. I really like it. I would love to own it. And similar to what I've just said about Hogsmeade, I just can't justify the price for it. Fingers crossed at some point that fish tank will be available for 250 quid, in which case I'll definitely buy it and love it, I imagine. Will I get all the Pokemon sets? I plan to get all 3 of the 18 plus ones that come out in February. I don't expect I'll get every set they release next year because they're doing a lot of play sets. But though I'm definitely a big Pokemon guy, so those first 3 18 plus sets I'm definitely planning on getting. Yes, they're very expensive, but there are some things I'm willing to spend money on. Like, one of the reasons we have a Lego collection is because I sold a lot of my Pokemon card collection. I've sold like £10,000 worth of Pokemon cards this year. I'm owed some Pokemon back in my life, I feel. I'll still be on a Pokemon profit over the course of the 2-year period, even if I spend £1,000 on those sets. This is complicated, this bit. Okay. We have shenanigans. There we go. Is that Jeffrey? That is Jeffrey, yes. My buddy Jeffrey, sitting in for Anna tonight because Anna's poorly. So Jeffrey thankfully was available and was willing to step in at short notice for a very reasonable fee. So very much appreciated, Jeffrey. To be fair, he's not said a lot, but he is stopping me feel like I'm here all on my own. Oh yeah, the Pokemon sets will pay for themselves as well. That's the other thing. Pokemon is obviously a huge niche in its own right. Me going to buy those sets, me building those sets, those videos will be massive. There's going to be so many eyes on Lego because of Pokemon, because of how big Pokemon is. I mean, Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the world. We had a whole thing about it on our podcast a few years ago when it was after Pokemon Go came out, but then they brought out the Harry Potter one. And I was like, well, of course the Harry Potter Pokemon Go is going to be bigger than Pokemon Go. Harry Potter's bigger than Pokemon, at which Sheepdog insisted on proving it and was pulling up all the data and the Wikipedia pages. And it turns out it was his one time in his life that he was right. And he did prove that Pokemon is the biggest media franchise in the world. It's bigger than Disney, it's bigger than Star Wars, it's bigger than Harry Potter in terms of the amount of money generated by it as a media franchise. There is nothing bigger in the world than Pokemon. So yeah, Lego Pokemon is going to be absolutely bananas. If you think it gets busy on Star Wars Day, those Pokemon sets come out on Pokemon Day. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen at the Lego store before. It is going to be absolutely insane. And I will be there for it. Having a lovely time. Yeah, if you don't believe me about the Pokemon thing, I didn't believe it either. I was very much fighting the other side. I was convinced that Harry Potter was bigger than Pokemon, but no. Certainly when we had the argument like 3 years ago, and I can't imagine Pokemon's got any smaller in that time. But yeah, Pokemon is massive. Because it's truly worldwide, unlike everything else I mentioned, which are very Western. Like Star Wars doesn't have anywhere near the following size in Asia as it does in America and Europe, whereas Pokemon is massive everywhere. I am hydrating, yes. Problem is, Pokemon Day will be all the collectors queuing for limited cards or Lego. Yeah, oh, I know. I know. I mean, as much as I like buying in the Lego store, and I will still go to the Lego store that day, I will be one of the people trying to crash the website so that I will place my order at midnight on the website for Pokemon Day. Because I expect absolute carnage in the store. It's going to... I don't know that Lego are ready for it. I don't think Lego will have experienced anything on the level of what a Pokemon launch on Pokemon Day is going to be like. Especially if they're mad enough to have an exclusive card as part of it. They may as well just put an ad in the paper asking for a riot if they do an exclusive card. Because, oh my word, it will be absolute carnage. But even the Lego sets by themselves will be enough. It's going to be absolutely bonkers. Oh, it will absolutely crash the site. Star Wars crashes the site every May. It's definitely going to crash the site. But I'll eventually get through around 3 AM, get my dregs of whatever's left, and then still go to the Lego store and try and get more the next day. Is there talks of a card? I've not heard any talks of a card, no. I hope someone within either Lego or Pokemon has mentioned how bad of an idea a card would be. It really depends on what their thoughts are, I guess. Do they want absolute carnage? Or do they just want a successful launch to get a new theme that's going to be around for the rest of time underway? And I guess we'll learn a lot about where they're positioning it based on whether or not they do a card. But yeah, a card from the perspective of someone who just wants to go and buy the set without having to have a fight, a card would be a nightmare. If there's a card, I'm going on launch day purely to make some of the cost back on the Lego sets. That's the thing. Imagine if it's a one-day only card. Just, oh God, it doesn't bear thinking about. I don't think I'd want to go. Oh, I've got a runny nose. This isn't a good sign. Much better. All right. It would be hilarious. I think we have different perspectives on what hilarious means, potentially. I don't think I would enjoy it very much. Thankfully, we're British. We queue better than anywhere else. Orderly fashion for that card. Oh, I know. But still don't really want to be part of that if I can avoid it. Where the heck does this go? Oh, there. Am I now pushing that in? Yeah. I'm confused. We'll be double stacking multivitamins this week. Keep the germs at bay. I know. I mean, part of me thinks just go and lick Anna's face and gamble on the beta not being out until next week and get it done. But then the other part of me thinks, yeah, but you do that and you know full well it's going to be out tomorrow. So I've just got to fight it off. It'll be fine. I'm just not going to allow myself to be sick. I don't have time. I can be sick in like March. I'll schedule a week of sickness for March. Until then, no time. Thank you very much. I've been waiting for this period for a year and a half. No time to be sick. Thanks. So where does this go again? That goes there. Okay. I tell you what, boys and girls, this is a clever set. I am enjoying myself. This is a good Lego set. I'm glad I got it. I think it is still on discount on the Lego website for a couple more hours. It is on back order now, I think. But it does retire at the end of the year. And this is likely to be your last chance to buy it on a deal. So if you've been thinking about getting this, I would take the plunge while it's still on back order and get it ordered, because you might never get another chance. And if the Galaxy Explorer, is that what it was? The previous like retro set that they did, if the price of that at conventions is anything to go by, this is not going to be cheap once it does retire. So I would be making the move. Would you ever consider other brands such as Moldkin? We've done a few other brands. We've got quite a lot of Lumi bricks. We've got some Carder. We've got some Mega. We've got some Fantasy. I've got the Fantasy jukebox over there. I've not had any Moldkin, but I'm not against getting it. These illuminated glyphs remain unchanged since our last encounter with the Renegade, although we've not fully translated the Blacktron number colour code scheme. We believe it's a warning against using too low a grade of hyperfuel. There you go, boys and girls. I don't know where that is. Oh, there it is. There you go. We've got some symbols on our little printed bricks. So that goes there. And they go there. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, what have you done there, you beautiful specimen? You missed a bit, didn't you, you silly goose? Silly goose. There we go. I think that's right. Have I built the Artemis space launch? I haven't. I'm not that bothered about the space stuff in general. I'm not sneezing. I'm not sick. I will not acknowledge it. I am fine. I'm going to remain fine. It's fine. Yeah, I'm not massively into space stuff. This is cool though. I am enjoying this. The problem with stuff like this is I'm going to have absolutely nowhere to put this when I'm finished it. What do I do with a spaceship once it's done? It's going to take up loads of room on the shelf. I don't even build the Marvel ones very often. Or when I do, they end up downstairs with Anna's display. I know it's frowned upon, but the word I can't pronounce, Irish tavern, that is unrebrickable. Also, oh, I'm just sneezing. This isn't good. I need to blow my nose again. I'm deteriorating in real time here. Hate it. Oh no. Oh. I don't know what's going on. I'm broken. Have I got COVID? I don't think so. I've had the COVID jab again just a couple of weeks ago. Had my cold and COVID jabs. So I think it's pretty unlikely. I imagine. It's just a cold. I don't know what's come over me. I've been... Yeah, it has gone very wrong all of a sudden. Oh. It's hit 9 o'clock and I've just deteriorated incredibly. Right. It's when I switched from Fanta to Dr. Pepper, it's broken me. Yeah, I've just turned the fan on. Go 100% ill now to get it out of the way. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Oh, a plastic bag. This is where we find out how confident I am in my prediction that the beta's not going to be tomorrow. I'll go and lick Anna now so that I'm sick for a couple of days and I'll be fine. Oh, dear me. Oh, it's so mad. Imagine watching this VOD back and just watching me slowly deteriorate. If I had a real job, it'd be a great sick note. Look. If you don't believe I'm sick, watch this 3-hour video of me gradually getting worse and trying to fight it. How many bags are in Blacktron? 8, and this is number 7 of 8. So we are in the end game. Oh, I do need to blow my nose again. Goodness me. A time lapse of me just getting sick, I know. Oh my word. If I end up missing the Football Manager launch, we'll be homeless by March. Oh dear. All right. Where's my tissues? Stick the tissue up there and leave it. I know. Might have to. Right. We're using the box as a snot bin now. Box purists, look away. Oh. My word. Has Anna got a wish list for double points? She's not mentioned anything. She generally, as a rule, rarely has any idea what's going on Lego-wise. And we'll just browse the website and have a look. Or might even wait and browse the store and have a look. Like, if we're out at the weekend, she might nip into the Lego store and be like, oh, I'll have that. I think, if I remember rightly, during double points back in July, I think she just randomly got a Spider-Man bust that I'd never heard her mention even wanting. But she was in the Lego store, saw it and was like, oh, I'll get one of those. She's not really bothered about points or discounts or any of that kind of thing. She just, occasionally she'll like the look of a set and get it. But she doesn't mind if it's new. She doesn't mind about getting stuff at launch or any of that stuff. She very much does the hobby the way you should do the hobby and just enjoys it and buys the set she likes the look of. Whereas I am an obsessive maniac. So obviously it's not an option for me to behave like a reasonable human. I have to go too far. Yes, the mineral set is out on the landing. Oh, can you explain how BrickLink works? The BrickLink designer program, I assume you mean. You can't buy after the pre-order, no. It's just pre-order only. It's basically Lego's version of a Kickstarter. It's crowdsourced Lego sets. Right, there we go. I'm fine now. I'm absolutely 100% fine. I'm not sick, you're sick. That's me with movies, not knowing what's going on. I let my wife manage our movie schedule. She has all those lists. Sounds very wise. That's how we are with the aspects of life that I don't care about, because I'll blame the tism, because autism. The things I'm interested in, I'm really interested in. The things I'm not interested in, I don't care about and don't remember. So Anna has a Kev manual on her phone, which is a big notes file that has all of my preferences for things that I might make a big deal of at the time, but in the grand scheme of things, I'm just never going to dedicate enough brain space to remember. So things like what I order at various restaurants. What do I like at Wagamama? What do I like at Nando's? I have no idea. Anna tells me. What cinema screens do I like? You know, just weird stuff like that. Which cinema has the best screens? Which ones have the most comfortable chairs? Which ones have the best speakers? And it's just all this stuff that she needs to know about me, because I will make a fuss at the time, but not enough of a fuss to care to remember it or research it myself. I'm a nightmare. Do I recommend any Discords or Reddits for LEGO conventions in the US? I don't really know what the convention scene is like in the US. Having never been to the US, I'm not really the person. Kevin is sick. I'm not sick. I was sick briefly. I blew my nose a couple of times. I was briefly not well, but now I'm completely fine. You'll wake up in the morning feeling full of flu and Football Manager will be out. I won't. I'm completely fine now. I've recovered. It was just a momentary lapse, a momentary weakness that I've now recovered from. We stocked up on flu medicine when we were in Costco recently, so I'll just go and take a bottle of that. I will not take a bottle. I'll go and have the recommended dosage of that before bed, sleep until lunchtime, and then I'll be fine. I used to have movie schedules, but there aren't that many that I want to see, so now I try and keep up with Japanese wrestling. That's basically impossible. Yeah. Keeping up with wrestling in general is pretty hard. There's too much of it now. Back when WWE was the only thing worth watching, it was easy. But now there is just too much. So it's weird. Wrestling is now better than it's ever been, but as a result, I don't watch any. Because of how my brain works. I can't just watch some of it. I have to watch everything that's good, and there's too much that's good for me to watch it. So because it's now too good, I don't watch any, even though I really like wrestling. I still listen to wrestling podcasts. I'm still aware of what's going on, but I don't watch any of it. Because it got too good. I suffered through the years of it being rubbish, only to have to stop when it got good. And that is a perfect glimpse of how my brain works. Oh. I think these are the bits that go on the back of the spaceship. I think that's the technical term for them. Question, is there a set you really want in the next BrickLink Designer Program series? Remind me what's in the next series. And I mean, I will have looked at it, so if you tell me their names, I will know them. But I don't remember off the top of my head what is in it. Is the next series the one with the robot and the weird ship? In which case, there's not a lot in that one that I do want. It's going to be the first time I'm not that bothered about most of it. The thrusters or the boosters. Yeah, exactly. That's the technical term for them. Blacktron engineering has clearly improved on their ingenious modular designs. All modules can be reordered as needed for any of their operations. Well, there we go. So this goes on there. So we've got thrusters on the back. And then we're on the final BAG. More rocket power has been added to the Renegade via those fusion-activated energy pods. The range of the Renegade may now be able to reach Futuron bases in this quadrant we previously thought secure. There you go. Sushi restaurant. Yeah, the sushi restaurant I like because that's got a tram on it, hasn't it? So I'm interested in that one. But if it's the one I'm thinking of, I don't want the robot. I don't want the weird bookcase thing. I don't want the massive boat. And I can't remember what the fifth one is. But I do want the sushi restaurant. So it'll be quite a cheap series for me. Ah, yeah, the Alchemist one. Yeah, I do want that. Yeah, the Alchemist shop I do want. Yeah, forgot about that. So yeah, there's two that I want. Still cheaper than most series. Like this series that's just closed, I ordered all 5 of. I probably won't end up getting all 5, but all 5 of them were good enough for me to think, well, I might want them, so I better order them. Whereas I know I definitely will not need to order the robot or the ship or the bookcase. So there's 3 there that I just won't need to get. I'm looking down again and it's making my nose run again. Oh. Goodness me. If I can't look down without my nose running, it really does affect my plans to spend the day in the Lego City tomorrow, which is what my plan was originally. Which is problematic. Because I have things to do in there. I have activities to complete. I'm not sick. I'm fine. I don't get sick. I've got a bit of a runny nose. It's fine. Sometimes noses run. It's just testing that it works. Need a mirror overhead so I can look up. Yeah, if I could build like this, I'd be fine. Oh, that would just make me cough because all my juices would run down the back of my throat. How many people did I just disgust by mentioning my juices? Yeah. Why does the train go around the sea in the Lego City? Because otherwise it wouldn't be a loop. Obviously. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Apologies for how disgusting I've been in the last half an hour. I do try to avoid this kind of thing. If I'd have realised I was going to be disgusting, I wouldn't have come on the stream. But as you'll know, from the first 2 hours, I was fine. And it's just hit me. And I don't really know why. I've never really experienced poorliness coming on in this manner before. It's been rather unpleasant. Right. How does this go in? Are we just resting that in? Is that what's happening? Okay. I think we're just resting this in. Right. Final final straight. And then I can stop being disgusting. Oh yeah, I'm going straight to bed after this, don't you worry. I'm going to take some cold and flu medicine and then go straight to bed. And I'm going to turn off the alarm because I've got nothing urgent to do tomorrow. Nothing that can't wait if I would benefit from sleeping in. So I'm just going to turn off the alarm and sleep until I wake up and then hopefully be completely fine. Where's the piece that I need? I might be allergic to this, who knows? How many pieces is it? It's like 1100, I think. I saw in the box. Somewhere in that kind of range. Ideal to build in one stream. The perfect size set for a 3-hour stream. Good work, Lego. It's like they did it on purpose. Antihistamines are great for a runny nose. Are they? Even if the runny nose is nothing to do with an allergy? I mean, I've got antihistamines left over from the summer and hay fever. But I've never taken them for a cold, which I'm assuming is what this is. Would you rather Gringotts Bank or the Disney Castle at the same price? Well, if this answers your question, we have the Disney Castle. We do not have Gringotts Bank, even though we want it. So I guess through our actions, we've demonstrated we would rather have the Disney Castle. I certainly think for the price, Disney Castle looks more like £350 worth of Lego, whereas Gringotts frustrates me a little bit because I don't really want all of that bit below ground. I get why it's there, but I just want it to put in my Lego City. I just want the building. I want the £200 modular building with none of the stuff that's underneath. So that's why I've held off on getting it, because I just can't get the version of it that I actually want. I'll no doubt get it before it retires because I really want it. But yeah, we've got the Disney Castle, so I guess, like I say, that answers the question. We literally have one of them. I always build with a large glass of white wine. I didn't know wine was structurally sound. I don't drink alcohol, so I don't do that. I am a child. I prefer to have a fizzy pop at all times because I have never stopped being a 9-year-old boy. No matter how old I get, I'm always 9. I'll always prefer pop. I always enjoy my toys. I like my comics and my computer games. Basically, anything I was interested in when I was 9, I'm still interested in now. And I don't think I've added any new interests. So, yeah, my brain just stopped developing at that age, I think. You have to see. I've never been to see a pantomime in my life. It just doesn't interest me in the slightest. Remain on high alert even if the Renegade leaves orbit. Blacktron agents can deploy for espionage missions using one-person infiltration speeders disguised as the Blacktron insignia. Well, there you go. Be ready for that, boys and girls. I wasn't aware of that. Now I know, and I'm aware, and I'm alert. Right, where does this bit go? So this is a couple of little individual ships that would just sit on the side, ready to whoosh off if they need to whoosh off. So plop them in there. They're now washable. Oh, I agree, there's no need to grow up. Growing up sounds like a terrible idea. I see people who've grown up and they're so boring. I just don't get the attraction. And I realise part of it is that I have a neurodiverse brain, etc., etc. But I just can't imagine ever being interested in cutting the grass and mortgages and, you know, corduroy trousers and whatever other boring things that people seem to enjoy. I just don't understand them. And it's fine. I don't need to. I don't want to. I'm happy as I am. Thank you. Just a little bit confused about the universe at large. Do I play Fortnite? I haven't played Fortnite for years. I played it when it first came out a long time ago. I just don't have the reflexes for multiplayer games these days. I was never great at them, but as I've got older, I've got genuinely awful at them, so I don't play them now. I only really play single player stuff. Because I don't like losing. This set isn't on back order yet, so might still be available on double points tomorrow. Nice. I mean, you're better off getting it on sale today rather than double points tomorrow. Because double points is only worth an extra 5% cashback. You get 5% cashback as standard on normal points. Double points gets you to 10%. So you're only getting an extra 5% for it being on double points. And I think the set has 20% off currently on the store. So if you're planning on getting it, don't wait to buy it tomorrow. Buy it tonight, because it's a better deal now than it will be tomorrow. But Fortnite is brilliant. I mean, it's not if you lose all the time. Nothing is brilliant if you only ever lose. I'm sure it's fun if you've got any chance of winning, but I don't, because I am just awful at it. And no one likes to lose all the time. Just got my email. Yeah, I've had my BrickLink Series 5 email, yes. It's 30% off at the moment. Yeah, definitely don't wait until tomorrow then. If it's 30% off, tomorrow it's only 10% cashback. So do not wait. Right, so this goes on there. And then this bit that we built before goes on the front here. There we go. And that is it done. So we detect a significantly enhanced ship's computer compared to previous versions. This one appears to allow for advanced detection and signal processing as well as video communication. We've confirmed that encrypted transmissions are sent from this communications module, blah, 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 blah. And it looks like there's a way to attach this to it as well. How does that work? I don't know how this attaches, but it implies on there that it does attach somehow. Maybe we have to take him off. I don't understand. Where does that go in? To just go on the front like that? Is that what it means? Is that how it's supposed to be? You never actually see it attached in any of the pictures. Maybe it's like that. In the middle. What, in there? Oh, I see. Yeah, so it clunks in the middle. And then you can really, yeah, okay. That makes a lot more sense in the middle. The instructions do not make that clear at all. But there we have it. We have a finished Blacktron Renegade, which is a very cool piece of kit. It's huge, and I have absolutely no idea where I'm going to put it. But for 60 quid, it's a very nice bit of kit. And it's still on sale until midnight. Oh, and it drives around like a car because I've got the little car bit docked in it. And of course you can pull the bits apart and mess around with it and do it in all sorts of different shapes. That is very cool. I like that a lot. But boys and girls, we are going to end the stream there because I need to go and take some medicine and blow my nose and stay away from Anna for the rest of the evening. And as we mentioned at the start of the stream, I'll remind you now at the end, just in case, the next couple of streams are very much reliant on what happens with Football Manager. If by Friday we still don't have the Football Manager early access, we will stream as normal on Friday. The plan is for Anna to start the Wicked bookend set. But if Football Manager is out, then I'll need to stream that instead and we'll be back Monday. There's a chance we might stream on Friday and miss Monday if the game comes out on Monday. It's a little bit up in the air. The best I can say is just keep an eye on our social media and it'll be clear when we're streaming and when we're not. But the plan at the moment is for us to be back Friday and we'll figure out what we're doing from there for the rest of it. So thank you very much for watching. I'm going to sit here and play with my new toy for a bit and then I promise I will go to bed. This is really cool. I need another ship for it to fight now. Maybe I do need to get a Millennium Falcon. How do I get this out again? That's so cool. Oh, I like this. This is awesome. That is a really clever mechanism as well.